Jackson, options out left. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Dolphins take over. Come on, baby. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over first. Let's go, baby. At their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Pilot, 64, weak.
He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming.
Counter play, Drake.
Check 25, check 25.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
At the 8-yard line.
Shut. 55. 70 ending. 55. Hey, eat. Let's go, D.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
I'm not so crazy about where they decided to run that play, but I like the play itself because if you continue to run it and show it, you're going to create openings that you hope to exploit later in the game.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away.
Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And some room to work. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Corey Grant, 73 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Robert Kimdichie. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Right here, right here. 29 is Mike 29. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Ball trot.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. Going deep here for Parker. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59. You don't want none of that. Give me it. Pick up the ball.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Strong. Check the backer.
On 1st down, it's Grant, and he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Color. You got nothing. Shift.
This is Grant. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter. Gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. From the 36, Jackson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
55, Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts, 48 yards. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes this a 14-8 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He may be playing free safety while wrapped up in a corner's body, but Earl Thomas is the best center fielder in the game. He cleans up everything back there as far as I'm concerned. I think he just has intelligence, understands things, and boy, is he tough.
29.
White 80! Regular.
29 is the Mike 29.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. They're able to locate Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
Strong.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
3 down.
They will run with Grant. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Fitzpatrick now. Allen has it, left side. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. That's something we didn't see much of from Allen the last couple of years in New England. Heck, last season, 13 games, only 4 targets. But Miami going to try to get him more involved in the passing game as we saw there. And you know he has the capability. You think back to 2012, breaking in with Indy. He had 45 catches that season. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw, Fitzpatrick. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Fitzpatrick on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Fitzpatrick. Wide open receiver, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Fitzpatrick to throw it. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So, all right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Completes it to Dixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go. 50 sack. 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. We own them. We own them. 6-6. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Here's Jackson to throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down.
Let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D. That's what I'm talking about.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Ready, 59. Mike's 59. Zoom, zoom.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn.
Put up.
Don't get nervous.
This time, Jackson will throw it. They'll roll him out right. This one complete to Ingram. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and just like that, it's third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Joker, joker. Right stone. Travel. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. Fuzz, fuzz. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check, check. 59. Not today, you aren't. Not today.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Jackson from the shotgun. Flushed out right.
Watch the screen.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
59. Mike's 59. Come on, baby.
Jackson, options out left. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Brown. And he's got his target. That's more. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away from me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, you hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
They'll run here with Ingram. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And again, it's Ingram. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown at his NFL debut as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Back him up, back him up.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Now Balaj. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd and 9, Fitzpatrick, and it's caught over the middle. Wilson, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Out time, let's get off the field.
Throwing again, Fitzpatrick. And over the middle, this is Parker. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra.
And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Shit. Regular.
Fitzpatrick to throw for it on 4th down. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Parker. And now this is going to depend on the spot.
Let's go.
And they say he's just short. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his 1st ever NFL game. As the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Kill. Turn up.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Regular. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Check three. Switch.
They go back to Grant. And they'll get it up just short